Welcome. Here we're going to talk about types of quadrilaterals. So a quadrilateral is any four-sided polygon. So that is pretty generic. But within that description, we can be more specific. So from least specific to most specific, let's consider the different types of quadrilaterals because we have a lot of special names we use, right? So the least specific is the quadrilateral, which I've already defined up here. And it just means that it is a four-sided polygon. So it is an enclosed area. It can't have any open zones. It's enclosed and there are four sides. Then we have the trapezoid. So this adds a single restriction. This is that we have two sides parallel. Now, usually they are not equal length. And the other two sides are not parallel. So let's consider here. Oh, and I put trapezoidal, I apologize. I just meant to say trapezoid. Okay, so here, let's consider, it will look something like this, right? We have the top and the bottom, the two horizontal lines, I'll call them side A and side B. Those two lines are parallel. The other two sides are not parallel. The A and B are not the same length. Like, there's a lot of freedom with trapezoids and they can be drawn in a lot of different ways. I could draw it like this as well. That would still be a trapezoid. So because this top and this bottom are still parallel and the other two are not. So there's a lot of freedom in how we draw trapezoids. The next, most specific, or as we move forward, is the parallelogram. This assumes that both sets of sides, or I shouldn't say sets, but pairs of sides are parallel, thus it's called a parallelogram, and they are of equal length. So that's a lot more restrictive, a lot more specific. We have less ways of drawing them. So this will look something like this. I'll have a parallel horizontal lines, top and bottom. And then my diagonal lines here, those are also parallel, and they are of equal length. So if this is length A, this bottom part is also length A. And if this is length W, this is also length W. The next most restrictive or more specific is going to be the rectangle. So the difference between a rectangle is that this is a parallelogram, but the interior angles are all right angles. So I have two parallel sides, or pairs of sides, top and bottom, left and right, but I can't kind of squish it. I can't slide it, right? The parallelogram is slanted, but I can't do that with the rectangle because all of the four interior angles have to be right angles. So if this is the length, I have the same length on the bottom, and the width here and the width here. So the opposite sides are both parallel and they have equal length and all of the interior angles are right angles. And then we have the absolutely most restrictive, which will be the square. So this is a rectangle. It has all of those same qualities, parallel sides, interior angles are right angles, but we also have all sides are equal. So that is the most specific scenario where we have here, if I have side length S, well, it's the same for all four sides. And again, those interior angles are all right angles. So that's the basic vocab of all the different types of quadrilaterals. If it doesn't fit into these categories, square, rectangle, parallelogram, or trapezoid, then it's just a generic quadrilateral. Thank you so much for watching.